what's up, guys? This is Cut to the Chase podcast. Cut to the Chase number 2. That is me, Mr. Chase Abel. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm here. Very excited for this episode. It's been quite some time, actually, since me and him talked. We actually talked a lot on the phone, through text, but I haven't had a chance to get him in studio. And once I've decided I want to do my own podcast, I said, man, I gotta get him on. And I've asked him many times, and he has patiently said that he'll do it. And then at one point I said, he's probably don't want to do it. Cause I was like, I kept on asking him, cause he's doing big things now. He's doing good things. I think he's doing great things, as he should. He's actually one of my, one of my pals in comedy, pals in life, comedy mentor. And I'm happy to have him here. And it's my man, Corey Rodrigues.
Yo, thank you. It was like, it was a nice intro. It was nice. There was a lot in there, but I would say, I wouldn't say I'm doing big things. I say I'm doing some things. Yeah. They're not necessarily big. Relative.
Well, big is all subjective, right?
Yeah.
Big is subjective.
That's why I could have said subjective instead of relative, but I meant relative to what I'm saying, relative to the person, but subjective accomplishes the same thing. Exactly. Because, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. There's more to be done. We always know that. I'm not trying to say it like that, but what I am saying is that I feel like there will be some big things, but right now there's just things. There's just things. You know what I'm saying? It's like some medium things and shit, but it's like eventually there'll be some big things. Right.
That's a good mentality to have. I feel like,
honest. But I really mean that. I'm not saying it. Right. I mean, it's different if I'm just saying it. Like, you just got to be humble, man. It's just chilling out, but when you really believe it, that's what it is. Like, I really do. I mean, I believe that because I know that, so I can't wait.
I kind of feel like, I believe that, some people can say, oh, he's just saying that. But
yeah, no, not now.
Yeah, when you're attached to, when you're really attached to your actual beliefs, like you really stand by that. It's actually a different, I don't know. It's just it's a different thing to actually measure. Most people can't really relate to.
Yeah. But I would say saying that is cute if nobody around you had much more. But if you're around people that are doing more and people that are always moving around you, moving and shaking, and it's like if you care to move and shake, then it's weird to pretend that what you're doing is much more than what it is. But now if you are in a position where people aren't moving and shaking around you and you don't really care, then it's different.
It's a little different, yeah.
Because then you can be bigger about stuff because things are bigger because you're doing less, so it's bigger. You'd be like, yo, I'm on the show. I never worked at this place, but I mean, I went through that, but I don't know how long you're supposed to stay in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, where something is big. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, you do a show. Like at one point, I was excited to get into the Comedy Connection. Then I was excited to do Nick's. I was excited to do Giggles. Yeah. Working at Giggles with Mike Clark. Excited to get past the headline with Dick Doherty. Excited to work in the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island. Excited to just have random calls of whoever. Like, yo, you want to do our show? Mohegan Sun, Foxwoods, like all this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. And I heard you. Like, I heard you. You don't have to keep going. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
I'm not saying it.
I was just like, I player. I know what you're saying though.
I'm saying that's not the point. The point of me saying that is just that I was excited all the time. But if I've done it multiple times, I have to now have some new excitement. Right. I can't pretend that is great. It's a weird thing that they make us do in the world that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be grateful and never content, but grateful. It's a weird message to send. It's very weird messages to send. You know what I mean? It's like,
I feel like that's why I think for me, to add to your point, I agree with everything that you said. For me, I think it's all about the very key variable in that is just knowing how to stay present in the moments, like being present, always feel like be comfortable like being in the present of where you are, because and we all have benchmarks, you know, we all have goals that we want to do. I mean, it's hard not to, you know, in this game, especially in the comedy game, you know, like if you don't have benchmarks or goals, it's like, how do you grow?
Sure.
You know, what's the measure of growth, you know, if you don't have those benchmarks? But some people love, you know, some people don't reach certain heights, you know, some people kind of stay where they are.
Well, everybody, well, no, the thing is,
you know,
like, comedy is like in one sense, it's like everything else in the world, man. There's there's CEOs, you know what I'm saying? There's whatever the dude is under the CEO. There's supervisors, managers, team leaders. Team
leaders is the worst.
Nah, but in life and in comedy, there's a lot of team lead. Team leader's still good. Team leader's better than the pack.
I know, but I feel like
team leader's better than the pack. The manager or the supervisor, then you getting up into the height of the CEO, the dude under the CEO, the person under that, like all those things. I'm saying those positions all live in comedy. I feel like as well. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but those positions live in comedy. There's just groups of each of those type of people, just like the rest of the world. Everybody, listen, just like in wrestling, right? I used to love wrestling back in the day.
Yeah. Who's your guy?
Oh man. This is such a long thing.
See, every time I got a wrestling guy, I got to throw out that question. Who was your guy?
This is a problem because, see, no. This is why this is a problem, man. I really like.
I hate when you do this.
Yeah. So I really like a lot of wrestlers, right? And I've been having my sons. I just started putting them on to wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're 7 and 5. You know what I mean? So they're just getting the wrestling. They're like, oh, I'm showing them all these old dudes. The problem is this fucking internet. So the problem is, as I put these wrestlers in, I start seeing who these people really are 20, 30 years later. Now, somebody who's into wrestling right now, they're like, oh, everybody knew that. I'm not that dude. Like, I loved wrestling when it was happening. Yeah. I found out it was fake. I kind of got mad at it. And then I went away from it and came back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, The Rock is ill. Like, you know what I mean? I came back to it a little bit, like, you know, like with the understanding of this is we know it's fake, but it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody calls and everybody calls it male soap opera and all this other stuff. Whatever. I got back into it a little bit though, just because of the pageantry of everything. It was fucking fun.
Yeah, for
sure. Stone Cold, The Rock, you know what I'm saying? Rikishi, you know, all these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, I remember back in the days of Kamala and Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior and Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Sergeant Slaughter and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and the Bumblebees and the Legion of Doom, Animal and Hawk, you know what I'm saying? So I remember back from all those days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Jimmy Superfly Snooker, you know what I mean? Those dudes.
What?
Yeah, all right.
My fault, player.
Them, and then all the way up to like Booker T, and then there's other dudes now that I don't know. But anyways, Rey Mysterio. So once you start Undertaker. Anyways, once you start Randy Macho Man Savage, once you start putting in Mr. Perfect, yo, you're so stupid though. Ravishing Rick Rude, you know what I'm saying? No, dog, Ric Flair. I'm just saying, Sid Vicious, Razor Ramon. I'm just saying, there's a lot of dudes. All right, let me move on. Let me get serious now. Once you Google these cats, it gets crazy, right? Bam Bam Bigelow, Earthquake.
Bam Bam Bigelow, son.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Papa Shango,
son.
Listen, everybody doesn't know what I'm talking about. That's touching somebody right now. They're like, Papa Shango, yo. Not everybody.
Coco Beware.
Let's go Junkyard Dog. You know what I'm saying? These dudes was out there.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yes. Oh, my God. Diamond Dallas Page. You are killing. You know all these dudes.
Ultimate Warrior.
We already said him.
Damn.
Game's over.
Shit.
Ah, damn it. We had a good thing going right there until you fucked that up.
You know what's funny?
We had a good thing going.
I was like, he probably
fucking Ultimate Warrior. He was rattled off in the first stream of
top 5. He was top 5. Yeah, he was in it. Shit.
My point was, here's my point. Let's get back to it, because there's people who are very focused right now, and they're like, yo, finish making that point you was making, dog. Here's the point. Let's backtrack.
Sure.
If you forgot what the point was, rewind the podcast. I was starting to say that there's comics that are managers and CEOs and whatever.
Yeah.
Assistant CEOs, whatever. All this shit, all the way down the line. The comic line runs like that. It's just like wrestling, though. Here's the funny shit to me. There are people who are good in wrestling, like they're on the come up, right? Then there's people who are, there's people who are superstars. They don't all have the belt, but they're superstars. So you watch these guys wrestle. Then there's the journeyman wrestler. These are many of the, there's many comedians are journeymen, meaning just like they're,
right.
They're content, almost content where they are, like cool with it, like they're happy what they got going on and they're content with it. Almost like when you're watching wrestling and you'll see like it'll be like Hulk Hogan versus
Bob Backlund.
Yeah, no, not even Bob. Bob Backlund was the champion for like 5 or 7 years, right?
Yeah,
yes, Bob Backlund, grappling Bob Backlund, what they used to say about it. Anyways, whatever. I just been watching all this wrestling shit, so I'm gonna get back to after I finish making this point. Just like wrestlers, you have guys like Jim Smith, right? And they'd be like, this match is scheduled for one fall, right?
Yeah.
Those one fall motherfuckers, they never they're going against one of the things.
Top guys.
Their job is to go out there
and suck.
Get a clothesline in,
right.
Get one big kick in, right?
Yep.
Right? And then they get fucked up the rest of the time. You get to see what that other wrestler can do. You get to see their moves. So you plan on that. This dude doesn't have any pizzazz. This motherfucker comes out in regular trunks.
Do you know
right?
Do you know who you call that in comedy? Hacks.
Nah, that's not hacks. That's not hacks. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That can't be hacks. No, here's why that can't be hacks. That can't be hacks
Why
because
not?
because that's most. It can't be hacks because it's most of the people that are just not.
I'm just kidding.
They're just they're just not caring to go either super high or they obviously don't want to be the bottom of the barrel.
Sure.
Right? But just in life, everybody can't. Finances work like this. Everybody, you all have the opportunity to when you potentially can, but the fact of the matter is everybody won't. So since everybody won't, you're gonna have different levels. There's gonna be people
right.
that every time they're on a show, they do their thing, but they'll never do more. There's gonna be people who do only the same stuff all the time. There's gonna be people who switch it up too much. There's gonna be people who mix it great. There's gonna be people who, and that's just talking about how they lay it down. Whatever,
What is it? What is it? Yeah. What is? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say with all that you just said, with all those descriptions, right? I would say, what is it that makes it? What's your, compass when you look at comedy in terms of growth and how you should view it and, certain benchmarks you should reach for? What's the mindset of Corey Rodrigues in terms of comedy and how he approaches it from a growth standpoint?
Well, from a growth standpoint, I would say I judge it as, turning over material. Even if I end up using stuff that I've already used, I'm constantly creating. So I kind of reach in the bag and grab whatever I want. I haven't had to really retire anything yet per se. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't use some stuff. Some stuff just forgets. It just, as Mike Donovan from Boston said, comedian, just doesn't make the team anymore. It's not as good as it should be. So it doesn't make the team. So I grow by adding new things to the team that are better than what's already on the team, and it kicks it off the bench. Then I continue to grow those jokes like that. So that would be probably my growth process. You know what I'm saying? Without going all into the creation of it, that would be my joke process. But other than that, like when we were talking about kind of comedy, like how I look at it, I look at it like I can't judge anybody's comedy. I'm not the comedy czar by any means. So I can't judge anybody's comedy. I can have my own personal opinion, but it doesn't mean I have to be like, this person's whatever. That's my opinion can be what I think, and everybody's thinking someone's opinion. Everybody's thinking an opinion about somebody, whether it's favorable or not favorable at all. Right. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So you have a right to have an opinion, but when people do art around you, you're supposed to think that you shouldn't really say anything. And if you do, you're kind of a dick. So I I don't double negative. I don't not say that for that reason out loud or anything, but it's just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the fuck I think. There's plenty of people I think like, man, that's crazy how that happened for them, and they're murdering. There's other people where I'm like, how has it not happened? You know what I'm saying? And then not. So it's like my thing is just what I like. So you know how people say comedy is subjective, right?
Right.
I'm asking you the words like you fucking. I'm asking the wrong person. You'll say right with anything. You don't know. I could have been like, objective is where you have different choices. You would have been like, right. You have no fucking idea. No, just realized when I said it to you and I looked at you, you were like, yeah, you had so much faith. Oh my God.
I was with you.
Yeah, but anyway, subjective is what comedy is, right? Because some people like, you know what I'm saying, Jeff could like one thing, I could like one thing, you could like another thing, right?
Sure, yeah.
Right? All the same person. We could all end up liking the same person.
Right.
You know, it's just different.
But I feel like
but
I do feel like, you know, with certain comedians that are kind of, like you said, there's levels to the game, there's levels to stand-up comedy. But I feel like there's a universal type of mentality that underlines like certain comedians who get to the next level, who get to pass a certain point, you know, like I just feel like there's like I don't know, I've always kind of seen the ones who are like growing on constantly to the next level.
What is this thing that you're seeing?
Like this universal thought process of they have an approach to it that's pretty similar, which is they're usually, from my observation, I could be wrong, but I don't know if you observed this, the comedians who are kind of like at the next level, like who are keep going up and up, and they're reaching for those steps, kind of the ones that don't, like you said, don't usually are opinionated. Like you said, they don't talk about other people's comedy in that fashion, in a negative way. They're pretty much like head down, pretty much type of comedians. They kind of like just focus on their goals and their thing. They're not really like distracted. Yeah. You know? So that's what I was saying. Like, I think like, you know, that's what I was trying to like kind of lean towards with that. You know, I feel like you said, there's all types of levels and just people fall in their places. But I think like with the ones who really get to that place of that, I guess like a connection with an audience at a very high level, they have like a universal like thought process for the most part. Right. Yeah. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you would agree with that, but you know.
Yeah.
Or does it even matter? I'm just saying it. Just from what I observed, I've seen it. It just comedians like yourself and people who I've worked with and seen. I'm just like, oh, these guys, they all have similar. I'm like, shit, I gotta figure this out.
Here's how I rate it, man. If I'm being honest, I'll be very succinct when I say this, man, because I was trying to get to it. The thing is, comedy is subjective, true, but laughs are objective, right? So like the noise coming from someone's mouth when they're laughing, outward laughs, which our job is to do when we're in the club. I feel like outward laughs, you're doing your job, right? Because that's what you're there to do. Now, that doesn't mean you could say whether or not somebody's funny. But if your job is to go to the comedy club, and I think the job is to make people laugh. Now, some people would be like, it's to make you think. It's to make you, you know what I mean? It's to make you work. It's to work out your problems. Okay. But I'm saying the objective in my world is to make the people laugh.
Right.
If your job is to make them laugh, it's not my job to tell you whether or not whatever you're saying is funny. It's nobody's job to tell you that. The thing is, if you don't, if the people don't laugh, your job is to make them laugh. So no matter what you're saying, if you don't make them laugh, technically you didn't do your job.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying. Now, somebody would be like, but that motherfucker's funny as shit. But technically, they didn't do their job, even though they're funny. That's not, I don't think there's anything dicky about that to say that. Like, if the job is to make people laugh, like the job is the comedy club isn't just be a bunch of orators and just fun motherfuckers go into the club and people just talk like you're at a speech or whatever. It's the fucking comedy club. So there should be some ha-ha-ha-has coming out of there. There should be some hee-hees and ha-has.
For sure.
If you go up, if the whole night, let's say you're like, I was experimenting that night, whatever. Let's just say they don't laugh at you at all. Okay.
Right.
and let's say they don't laugh at anybody all night. Do you think those people will leave and be like, wow, it was riveting tonight. It was fucking, I'm so glad we came out tonight, right? So you would think that them not laughing is not a good thing. So I'm just trying to put it at different angles, saying like, if somebody was like, oh, I just didn't do good, but everybody else did good. I'm not saying that we're all trying to do bad. You know, I'm just, my point is, you have a job to do.
Yeah, a job.
So I'm not saying people are trying to like, you know, do bad on purpose. People are trying to do what they can do. But if you don't do well, shit, it's happened to me. It's gonna happen to all of us. Right. Happens to everybody. There's everybody out there. Yeah. It's happened to them. You sat there, it got hotter than it should be while you're standing up there. That shit is fucking crazy. You're standing up there. It's like you're like, man. I remember the first show I ever did. I was with my boy Ramon. Ramon ran for city council too. He got a nice city council seat. But anyways,
right.
He had this band and he was like, yo, you want to come open up and do some comedy? And I had just got into it. Like I had done it like once or twice. I was bad though. You know what I mean? Like, like I had some friends go with me, like 2 friends go with me. They were laughing the whole time. You know, my friend Derek, my friend Mike, you know, they're like, I brought friends with me that would just kind of like, I know they're just like kind of easy laughs. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just not, they're not into the confrontation of like the judgment and snapping and talking shit and whatever. They're just more like, yeah, that's funny. You know, they're not gonna give you more than that. They might go home and be like, "Yo, wasn't that good?" But they genuinely look like they're having a good time. Not like you have other friends who would be like, "Nah, dog, nah, that shit was bad, bro." You know what I mean? Like when you first start off, you don't need that. You know what I mean? So,
I had a different experience.
Yeah,
on my first time, I got the opposite.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah. Who'd you go with?
So basically, my first time doing comedy, I was doing at Dick's Doherty. Well,
it
was actually
Dick Doherty.
G Funny's night.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it was I'm sorry, he was hosting. He was hosting the Sunday open mic.
Sunday night open mic. Yeah. So, okay.
So G Funny, you know, he hasn't seen me in a long time, and you know, I've known him from before when I was a kid. And
how much time you got, man? Yeah. What's up, man? Chase, what's up, man? You got any time, man?
All right, man. You got to think about comedy as the goal to get to the bag. Chase, coming down for a haircut, man?
You coming down? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, you need to think about comedy the right way, man.
G Funny.
Yeah, G Funny put me on, man.
Yeah, G Funny. Shout out to G Funny, man. So G Funny.
Yeah.
So G Funny, he just was hosting. I just moved back from Los Angeles, you know. I told him, he's like, hey man, you doing comedy? I was like, yeah man, I'm on the open mic. He's like, okay, what do you want me to say? I was like, I don't know. I just came from LA, just doing comedy. G Funny goes up and is like, hey man, this guy's coming all the way from Los Angeles, California. He's, you know, seen him perform all over New England. I haven't performed one goddamn thing at all. I go up, do my thing. I get off stage, right? I'm thinking, because I've known G Funny for a while, that he would be like, yo man, that was good, man. Just keep doing this.
Damn, man, that sucked, man.
When I leaned in and he goes, hey man, G's like, I got something to tell you. And I was like, what's up, G? He goes, that shit sucked, man.
That's what he was saying too. God damn, man, that shit sucked, man. Was you trying to do bad, man?
You got to tell jokes. You're a comedian.
You got no jokes.
You got no jokes.
You got no jokes. Yo, others have heard that. You got no jokes, man. The job is comedian. You ain't got no jokes.
Just say it. He's just so honest. It's so funny. So yeah, basically I had a different experience than you did. Yeah.
He said, Greg, my favorite joke that Greg does is he's like, yo man, there was a homeless lady was like, yo, can I get some money? I need something to eat. He's like, yo, I didn't give her any money. I bought a Snickers, man. I gave her a Snickers. She was like, I don't want that shit. He was like, damn. I was like, damn, that's fucked up, man. If I was homeless, man, I would suck the fuck out of a Snickers. And I wouldn't stop sucking till I hit a nut. Oh, fucking G funny. That's some funny shit.
Oh, geez, funny.
Hit this bitch with a bag of tokens. Boom, boom. Colorblind bitch. This is fun. Like the way, you know.
He just,
Said she had an ass in the back and then she had one of them little asses in the front. I call that an airbag for the pussy. That's right there.
He's so fun. I just did a show with G. Actually, he was actually kind of close. He was closing the show. He was headlining the show. It was in Melrose, and I just dropped in. I just did 10 minutes, and he goes up and was just funny. He was just funny,
right? Yeah.
Just a real kind of true definition of a comedian. You know, just solid, polished.
He's with it. He's gonna stay with.
He's gonna stay with it.
Yeah.
You know. So
you ever go to the White Mountains? I felt like one chocolate Jimmy on a vanilla ice cream cone. I was the blackest thing up there, man.
So it's
just
he's just
I know it's shit, man.
I was we haven't even me and you we talked a lot during the COVID, when COVID was going on, that when comedy wasn't even visible, during COVID, and we were just talking throughout that time. And then you just had kind of this thing you were doing. You were still on it. I remember you was still doing Zoom. You was trying to stay sharp, and you was always telling me, "Hey, stay sharp, stay sharp." Even though we don't have shows, just do anything you can get. Do whatever you can do. Did you think that you being so consistent with that during the COVID, just still staying busy, it propelled you now and where you are now? Because you've had special come out. You have a special now, on YouTube. You release it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Untriggered.
Yeah.
If guys go out and definitely check that out. Corey, I'm actually had the honor to actually open up for Corey at his special.
Yeah, that was cool.
Shout out to Helium Comedy Club. You know, I opened for you. That was really nice.
That was dope. Yeah.
So
great job.
Yeah, man. Now you got the special Untriggered. How do you feel?
It just hit 25K. Maybe it's almost at 26K, I think.
Yeah.
So that was all, and that's I got other clips out there that are a lot more, in the millions, a lot. But that's dry bar stuff. It's in a different machine. This is not in the machine. It's kind of cool because it's a lot of I'll say organic. It's not like the other stuff is not organic. It's just I don't know, more grassrooty the way this one's coming up. So I kind of like it. I mean, 25 again, 25K in the internet is not oh shit, but in the small scheme of things, it's nice. The 25,000. So say some people clicked on it multiple times. So say, I don't know, 20,000 that's dope.
Oh yeah, I mean
that's dope.
I mean,
so that only goes up. It only goes up from there. But
Right, yeah.
But what were you saying? So what were you? What was your question?
I was just basically asking.
Oh, asking.
How, you
the pandemic stuff.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
You staying busy, being consistent, and did that ideally help prepare you to get to that special? Because you just stayed busy.
I think yeah, because I did a special for Epics, and it was it was cool, but this was some of that stuff even more polished on this last one because I was doing a lot of that stuff on Zoom and stuff. But I did stay busy. I can't blame I wasn't getting reps in. I was getting reps in because a lot of people were complaining about the the computer comedy and all this other stuff. But it was what are you gonna do? We got nothing else to do right now, so it was just add that tool to my belt. Shit, I just did another one of those for a corporate show.
Mm-hmm.
I just did another one of those 2 days ago. So those are still happening. It was all these corporate shows I was doing. Just imagine a company and there's 100 people or 1,000 people watching. Your Zoom.
I'm not counting your pockets, brother. Every time you say all those corporate shows, I'm just yo, cha-ching.
Yeah, but
I'm yo, cha-ching.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Corey.
Yeah. And I got a lot of bills, and the people on the other end of those bill collections are going cha-ching, motherfucker. So it's cha-chinging right the fuck away from me. So whatever that is. So
Uncle Sam, huh?
Yeah. Uncle Sam and Aunt fucking Emma and everybody else is taking that shit, bro. You know what I mean? You got to pay for what you got. So, anyways, I think I just decided to kind of not chill. You know, like I said earlier, man. The big dilemma of the world is they put us in this position of be grateful, but never be content. And it's like I don't know, man. I want to be like content. I want to be content and grateful and hungry at the same time. I believe you can be three. I don't believe you can only be, I don't believe the narrative that's like, if you're content, you don't want anything, because it'd be like, by the very definition of content, it means that you're all set. But you can still be content and move for and want more. Like, I could see someone arguing with me and being like, but the definition of content is you good with it. You shouldn't want more, right? So maybe I could pick a different word. I'm just thinking about, this is how I write jokes, because I think about
where it goes.
Both think about who's arguing with you. Yeah.
Right. From
you know what I'm saying? If you think about who's arguing with you and you get that perspective and who else could chime in and like get your back or get their back, it's kind of fun to think about those angles.
Right.
So a lot of the jokes I'll say we'll kind of twist in those angles. That's what I eventually.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Schizophrenia. Yeah. I think that's art of just basically how the mind works with a comedian, you know. It's always, I mean, I always enjoy watching you, you know. I was like, just, how you're so versatile. Your subject matter, you know, you're relatable. Your crowds are very diverse, you know. I don't know if you take pride in that, but I mean, I see it. It's like pretty cool. Like everyone's like all the way from like young to like older. Like you have a very wide range, you know, of how you relate to an audience, and it's pretty cool to see, you know.
Yeah.
I was just with you at the New Hampshire at the Rex Theater.
Yep.
Now with theaters and like comedy clubs, like what do you like better, you know? Like how do you which ones do you like feel like you're like, yo, this is where I like, you know? I feel like every comedian has a pocket. They like to be either one or the other, you know?
Yeah.
Because you played them all. So that's why I'm asking.
I haven't played like giant places yet, though. You know, I haven't played like arenas.
Well, so far. Like,
not yet.
I mean, you've got colleges, you've done, you know, comedy clubs, theaters. I mean, so.
Big places, you know, cruise ships, all that stuff, right? You know, but like, you know, 1,000-seaters. I'm not saying that like 1,000-seaters. I'm saying like 1,000-seaters, and there's people who will play in 46,000-seaters. You know what I'm saying? So like my point is that I have man, I've done some of those. What was your question? I
was simply asking.
Oh, what would I like better?
Yeah, do you like the clubs? Do you like the cruises? Do you like the
God damn it.
You know?
Nah, I mean, I think I like
I feel like you just like performing. Like it doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, but I like the club. When people ask me the question, this is what people will ask. When you meet people, they'll say, you know, when's your next show and where's your favorite place to perform? Those are probably two of the questions I get a lot. My favorite place to perform is home, Boston. It's my favorite place to perform. I like and love other places as well. Many places. It's almost like it's not like this is my spot. I like and love many other places.
You've been to Iceland, dog.
Yeah.
Iceland,
Dubai, you know what I'm saying? But
that's right. Alhamdulillah.
But that's what I agree.
You did that. You went there.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. That's a different country. That's a different culture. Like
different, man. There,
you was on a camel.
Amsterdam. I was on a camel, bro. I was on a camel. Ireland. I was in all these spots, man. But that's for
and
the cruise
Boston
ships and stuff. And Boston.
And Boston's the place to be. Out of all those places,
Boston is the place where. Here's why.
Okay.
It's you know, maybe it's lazy, but it's home. So like the references that I say, any reference that I want to make is going to be known here. References that you make in other places need to be universal, obviously, right? Which is no problem.
Right.
But it's nice when you can say anything.
That's true.
Here.
Right.
Right. So anything goes for like, it's your chance when you like, that's when you're home, it's your chance to throw all your fucking local shit at the wall, all the stuff you want to say. That's your chance. Because when you go to these other cities, they're getting their rocks off and doing it. So when you're home, that's your chance to go crazy with all that stuff. But just make sure you're building your ass up, so your act up. So when you go to other places, you have enough to be able to do that without needing any of this. But when you can do this shit, like all the, stuff about our highway specifically and our restaurants, our police, our different communities, whatever they are, whatever you're thinking about, like all those things, our road conditions, all that shit, our airport. It's your chance to like get all those rocks off while you're home. So it's fun because I can always mix a little bit of that in, and it's like an infinite well of that. Because it's where I'm from. So I can always take some of that and throw it in when you're here. And it just then, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's a certain comfort. There's a certain
comfort in your home.
In your home.
Like you're supposed to be able to do that when you're home. Right. You're supposed to be able to talk about what's around you. So it's comfortable. So I love that. Now, I love being other places, like I said, but I love being home and being able to just be like, all of this works. Whatever I grab, I got a fucking bag of shit.
Yes.
Whatever I grab, this works here.
Right.
This is they get me. These are my people. This is home.
The last time
I'm saying?
Yeah, the last time I had that type of confidence, it was when I was like 21 and I bought a Banana Republic jacket I couldn't afford.
Mm-hmm.
It was a leather jacket.
That's the last time you had that confidence?
Yeah. Because like everything works. Like I just put that jacket on and like everything like happened.
Yeah, but
everything
you should
good.
know at some point. All right, that's funny. You say it like that, but you should know at some point that like I said, you kick people off the team that are bad. So if you're making jokes and you have a team and people are adding to the bench, at some point you should have a bench full of hitters. At some point, it shouldn't just be people that help the other people along on the team. Like, yo, we need you to go up there and try to hit while everybody else rests because we're going to keep the lineup going. Like, you better fucking hit. Your responsibility is to hit.
Hit the ball.
Right?
Right. Step up.
So eventually, everybody on your fucking team starts hitting the ball. So you should have a set where you're like, all of these motherfuckers hit the ball. I know. If they don't, you're like, what's going on? If you don't get to that point, and then the more and more you build, having the mentality that one of them's not going to work or one of them shouldn't work and all that shit, what good does it do? Because you're going to try to do your best anyways, so you might as well think they're all going to work. If you even put the doubt in your mind like, oh, these won't work, so I got to be prepared. Why? You're going to be prepared anyways. So just always think that all this shit's going to work. I used to go, before I went up on stage, I used to think all the flip negative side of before I went on stage, because I would think about all like all right, they heckle, they say this, boom, boom, I say this, all right. Like, I'm just thinking about like heckling and like what I would like do, what I would do, how I would handle it.
Yeah.
And then like I would always think like the negative side, like, all right, what if they don't like this shit? Then I'll just transition and I'll do these other things if they don't like this. Okay, they probably won't like these three, but I'm gonna do them anyways, and then I'll switch it. And then I started thinking like, why am I saying you're gonna like these? And why am I even putting that in my shit?
It's a lot of pressure.
Well, you don't feel like it's pressure. You don't feel like it's pressure because you feel like you're saving yourself from failing. So it actually de-escalates things.
De-escalates it.
But when you really think about it, it changes the mood of things for me. It doesn't make me feel happy. It makes me feel aware. It makes me feel in the moment. It makes me feel cautious, but it doesn't make me feel happy. So in order to feel happy, I have to be like, yo, all this shit's gonna work. And when you think all this shit's gonna work, you perform differently because you're fucking happy. It's different. It feels different to me, at least for me.
That's good. No, that's good. That's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want to kind of tap into, like how you thought.
Makes me feel like what the truth is of the moment. The truth is, we're there for those people that are in front of us to have a good ass time. And then sometimes myself often I do this. You stress too much about what your job's about to be and how good you have to do it. You stress a lot about it when like you just go do it.
Just do it.
Because you're gonna go try to do your best anyways. It's never like you're like, I'm just gonna try a little bit. I'm always trying to the best of my ability to do well. So why don't I just think like that?
Yeah.
And so once you think like that, then it just feels better. You're not always going to get a W, but you're not going to always get a W the other way.
And that says a lot. I mean, we're talking about comedy specifically, but that I feel like translates into other areas as well.
Sure.
In people's lives, things are not always going to go the way you blueprint it out sometimes, and you have to just know how to sometimes just not overthink it and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn from failing. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more to, I mean, you see yourself, you got the special out now, Untriggered on YouTube. You got the special out on Epics. You've been on Conan. I mean, 2023 is next year. What's the next benchmark for Corey Rodrigues right now? What do you think in that context sometimes? Do you think, or do you just kind of go, step by step, or do you have like a goal?
Yeah, I think the goal for me, I feel like the most tangible, yet obviously not easy, but tangible, is to just continue gathering credits as I go on year to year. I don't want to be using old credits as I move on. Just progress. You know what I'm saying? So progressing to me would be not just necessarily getting into more clubs on the equivalent level, but like increasing my fingerprint, footstep, whatever fits in the place there. But increasing that online, increasing my sales, that's a up for me like that, and potentially getting another credit. So that's on TV. That's something else good that I can add to,
right.
Change. I like to rotate the credits eventually, and like rotate some out so I'm not saying them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like there's only so long I think some of those things are good for. You can always say whatever you want to say, but it's like something that you actually feel good about. When people sometimes it used to make me uncomfortable when they would anoint me with like credits that I don't have at all. You see this guy on HBO? You see them on somebody said one night, you see this guy on A&E? I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, A&E is terrible too to fucking say that.
The A&E network?
A&E. They were like, yeah, they used to. And after backstage, so what happened was this dude says this. He goes, you seen this guy on A&E, right? And you know what I mean? And so when I got on stage, I was like, no, guys, you've never fucking seen me on A&E. Who the fuck's on A&E?
Yeah.
Right? So the crowd's laughing or whatever. When I get off stage, I go in the back, the comic's like, hey man, what the fuck's up with this? What's up with what? He goes, why would you tell the people that you weren't on A&E? He was like, nah, they don't believe me. They think I'm a liar or whatever. And I was like, because I wasn't. He was like, yeah, but it's just an intro. You should just go with it. I was like, I wasn't on fucking A&E, man. A&E sounds crazy. Like, you could have picked something better. I would have just let it slid, let it roll.
Right. Bravo, something.
Fuck Bravo, man. I don't want to be a comedian that was on Bravo. Like, give me a real credit if you're going to make up some shit anyways. Or just be like, this guy's hilarious, does clubs and colleges, travels all over. Just say that.
He could have just said, well, if he really wanted to fuck up, he could have said UPN network or something. If he was just like.
I'm saying, but they've done that. I've been on Def Comedy Jam, I don't know how many times, as people have said. Never.
You know
what I'm saying? You seen this guy on Comedy Central? No, you haven't. But sometimes you just eat the intros if they're fine, but I'm not going to take A&E and not make fun of it.
Right.
You said Bravo. You was like, say Bravo. That's like me being like, I was on Oxygen. The fuck out of here.
There's some good shows there.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to be the comedian
some great
that you know me
shows,
from
Corey.
Oxygen. Get the fuck out of here.
There's some good shows, Corey.
Good. All right, good. I'm happy for you. You watch them. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch the Oxygen show, but I wouldn't be my fucking credit.
Just saying there's some good shows.
No. It's almost embarrassing when you got to say those little side shows. Like, I can't wait. Yo, man.
Okay.
Like, I have a special on Epics. I can't wait to like a goal for me. Here's a goal. Here's a real goal.
Okay.
I'm happy about all the things I've done, but I can't wait to. I tell somebody to find me on a very easy channel to find me on. I'm sick of like I'm sick of creating things and people are like, man, I don't have that channel, man. What?
Right. I gotta be like, I remember when I was a kid, man. There was this channel this guy used to be on.
Man, I would create shit. There's certain things that I've done so far, whatever, that have been on different networks or different channels that people don't have. So all I'm trying to say is that some things are easily accessible and some things is difficult for people to get. So they look at it, they're like, I don't got that channel. You know what I mean? And it's a wrap. Like it's like it's you know, so can't wait to. It's a big deal to be able to be on an easy accessible channel, an easily accessed channel. So whether that is or easily accessed streaming network that people have for other reasons. Right. You know what I mean? Like the people gotta really fucking like you to be like, I'll download that app because you're gonna be on it. You know what I mean? Like if they don't have it, like if they don't have the whatever app, the Atronics app, right? Let's say like your specials on Atronics. Motherfuckers don't want to go download the app to watch you on the thing. They're like, I don't got that streaming network. Yeah, it's $3.99, bitch, for the trial. Just cancel it.
Especially in the hood.
They'd be like, man, fuck not just the hood. It'd be in the suburbs too. Motherfuckers don't want to download some new shit to put on there. Shit. They don't want to get it. You're like, yo, it's $3.99. They're like, yo, you got a password I can use? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's $3.99. Yeah. That means you're getting a special for $3.99. You don't think it's worth that, and you get a fucking week trial?
That's crazy.
I think you get a week or a month trial. You just cancel the motherfucker. I don't want to have to remember. This was when I said, I don't want to have to remember canceling it and shit. Yo, so then you paid $3.99 twice. You paid $7.98 for the thing. It's not worth that. You would come out and spend whatever. You know, that should be making me mad.
No, that makes me mad as well, because one thing that I get annoyed about is when you actually kind of set up people to win. Like it's like just easy. You just kind of just, here, I'm telling you, like, just do this and you'll be fine. They're still like, nah, I'm good. Like they don't even want to take the attempt. Like they're just like, nah, I'm good. Like no, like literally, it's easy. Here it is. I'm giving it to you pretty much. Just do this. They're like, nah, I don't want to do it. Yeah. I hate those people. I hope they just I don't know. Just whatever like Elon, what's his name? Tesla guy? Elon Musk is doing, where he's like going to Mars. I just take all those people too. And just
hold on. No, fuck that, man. I can't move on for a second. Hold on, bro. You called the dude Elon Tesla. Yeah, that's what he said his name was first, and then you corrected him and go, you said Elon Tesla. You thought his name was.
I think I did. You know my whole thing with like just was saying names and just
Elon Tesla.
You know what? But you know what the fuck I was talking about though.
And he goes, Elon Musk. You go, yeah.
Newton called me on that like 2 weeks ago. I call him Elon.
I just be saying. Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, I'm trying to get better at my grammar. You always correct me. First of all, you let me say it thinking that it's right, and then you fucking say, no, did you just say this? And we go back to it.
Because I give you a chance. I don't want to step on top of your correction, because I want to make sure that you fucked up. I don't want you like, oh yeah, I heard that. I was about to, no. That was a minute ago. He said that shit.
Shut up. How about that? Shut up.
Elon Tesla.
What's the one that you always tell me that the one that always gets you?
Oh my God. Yeah, listen, you know the early bird gets the worm. That's what people say. The early bird gets the worm. And this dude Chase goes, he goes, yo, what's that say, man? The early bird gets the feather? Right? What? And he keeps saying it. The early bird gets the feather. And I'm like, bro. He fucks up every saying, every little old adage, every little old thing. You can't say any of them.
Right. That's true.
What's the book? What's the kid's book with the girl and the wolf? What's that book? And what's the kid's book? It has a girl and it has a wolf and it has a grandmother in it.
A kid's
It's a kid's book. It has a girl, it has a wolf, and it has a grandmother in it.
I got a girl, a grandmother, and a kid.
Yeah. What's the name of that book? She wears red.
Mary Poppins.
Jesus Christ. See, this is difficult right now. That's hard that you don't. There's a lot of clues. There's somebody listening right now like, yo, come on, Chase. Yo, I will give you the answer, but I'm very disappointed in you.
First, I would like to know. Can I get?
There's a girl.
I should have 2 chances.
There's a girl who wears red.
I should have 2 chances. Okay.
Right? There's a wolf in the story, and there's a grandmother in the story.
Oh, little bad wolf.
See? That's why I fucking want. He's never said that before. I've never asked him that, but look at. This is what the fuck he does. Little bad wolf. He fucks up the name of everything. Now he thinks that's the answer. I gave him all the clues at home right now. I know you're watching this, and I know you're like, yo, little bad wolf. Bro, go ahead.
Little red wolf. Little
red wolf. I've never asked him this question, but I just wanted to see what fucked up thing he would say. Listen to this. Little red wolf, you said.
I know it's Little Red something.
See how he can't recall? It doesn't even come to him.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, I got it, bitch. I got the 3. I was 0 for 2. I was 0 for 2. I can't.
That is bad, man. That is bad. That is bad.
Well, where can they find you?
Yo, what was the
what's your social media?
what was the evil master in He-Man? What was the evil master? The dude that was against He-Man.
Oh, I know this because I was a kid watching this as a kid. Skeletor.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What is the Ninja Turtles sensei's name?
Oh, now you get into my.
Come on, Gordon. Come on, then. What is it?
Oh, Splinter.
Yes.
Master Splinter, technically. Us.
Name all 4 Ninja Turtles.
Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello.
I gotta ask you shit like this, huh? So you know that.
It's popping.
But shit.
Let's go.
But old things you should know.
It's popping.
All right. Okay. What's another name for your kneecap? What's the scientific name for your kneecap?
You old as fuck.
Nah, no, come on, motherfucker. What's the scientific name? What's the name of your kneecap?
The name of the kneecap?
What's the name of your kneecap? What's it called?
Fucking
the kneecap. There's a name for it.
There's a scientific terminology for it.
What's the doctor term for your kneecap?
Yeah, the doctor's term. Shit.
Probably the biological term, whatever.
Biological. I don't know. The fucking the Matella.
See, you're so close, but you always fuck it up.
The Matella.
Yeah, it's not the. Stop saying it over and over, man. The Matella. It's the
you know why? You know why?
Patella.
You know
Patella.
But you know why I'm saying Matella?
Why?
Because I know it's not Nutella, but that's the only thing I'm thinking about.
But that's the only thing you think about is Nutella. But it's like, she say Matella, but it's the Patella.
Patella. Okay, the patella tendon. Got you.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm doing good. I was only one wrong.
Name. Yeah, it was a big one. Yeah. Name 2 parts of your eye, your actual eye. Just name 2.
Oh, that's easy.
Go ahead.
The orbital.
The orbital what?
The orbital.
The what?
The orbital bone.
Oh my God. That's around your eye.
The orbital.
There you go. No, and so yeah, he would say that. He would say the fucking iris of the placenta. That's exactly what he would say. That's exactly what he would say.
Okay. I mean, orbital's definitely. I've heard it before. It's definitely isn't an orbital eye.
Yo, you say stuff so fucked up. You got me thinking like, fuck. I'd hate for him to be right here. If orbital could be a part of the eye, but it doesn't sound complete. No, I don't. I know orbital bone.
Right.
Is what's around the eye. But you know, what are the 2 holes called inside your nose?
Oh, that's easy.
What?
Nostrils.
Okay. Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man, yeah. I'm just, yo, like, you scared me.
I'm trying to tell you, like, I don't know a lot of shit.
No, but I'm saying, I'm asking you shit that I would ask a kid. So fuck that. I'm trying to see.
That's what I'm telling you. I know enough to get, like, I know enough just to kind of get by shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do know, like, a lot of shit about other shit. But I don't know, like, the basic things I should know, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I know, like, weird stuff type things that people don't think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Point to your clavicle.
Oh, that's easy. Boom. Right there, son.
Yeah. Yeah, you scared me, bro.
Yeah, clavicle. You know what I'm saying? Clavicle. I know my claves. Pause with all that.
Yo, where's your trap muscles at?
Oh, that's easy. I used to have them. Yeah, I used to bodybuild, right?
So you know muscles.
Yeah,
then. You
I know muscles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
muscles. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't know kneecaps and you used to bodybuild?
sometimes you just don't read that, when you're supposed to.
You don't read what you're supposed to.
You just don't listen.
You start saying, this is when you start saying anything to me right here, dog. That's crazy.
Listen, that's
when you don't read. Why you just be saying shit?
Because who cares? I'm gonna die tomorrow. I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care about words. I don't care. Just energy and figure it out. I don't got time. Actually, I did. I'm starting to read a book for the first time. There's a book that I'm reading. It's a book by Jay Dilla about Jay Dilla.
Who's Jay Dilla? And are you reading the book or are you listening to it on tape?
No, I don't think I could listen to it on tape. I gotta actually, because I have a hard time focusing. So I need to. I figure going back to the old-fashioned way of reading, turning the page. You know what I'm saying? Audiobooks. I know audiobooks is for people. I never did it.
I love them.
You like audiobooks?
Traveling a lot, and
really?
Or just put it in my headphones.
So it's kind of just like I'm listening to a podcast, right?
Yeah, so good though.
Oh,
you get through a bunch of them like that. But some people don't give you credit for actually.
Yeah, I don't give you credit.
They don't give you credit for.
I don't.
They're like, you didn't read it. Yeah, you didn't read it. It's like a fight, but it's like.
Yeah, you didn't.
I don't know. I start to feel like, if I didn't read it, like I think if I had difficulty reading, I think I would understand someone's logic in saying that they're better than me for reading it because I can't read. But if I can read, I'm good. And if I listen to it and retain just as much, if not more information than you, then you really can't say anything. Because if I got the equivalent of what you got out of the book or more, then I don't care what you think. You know what I mean? As long as I can read, like it'd be different if I couldn't read and I was trying to learn how to read and I hadn't, gained that skill yet.
Gain that skill. Right.
Yeah, but I just don't want to read things like that. I read shit all the time. I just don't want to read that. I enjoy listening to it.
Yeah.
People getting mad because you don't drink IPAs.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
But I hear it, but everybody's different. You know what I mean? Some people are like, there's no way I could do it that way. But I actually get fucking sleepy when I read, bro. When I read, no matter what position I lay in, if I lay on my back, if I lay, if I lay on my stomach, and be fucking reading, if I'm sitting there reading, it's like eventually I'm nodding out. You know what I mean?
I never, it just was a difficult thing for me to do. So, but one thing about me is like, about myself now, which I'm very happy about, is that I'm challenging myself in areas that I may not be strong in and taking chances, so that's
like learning words and trying to
see all that,
retain them. Yeah.
No,
that's cool. I think you should try harder at that. And then I think it's going to be cool.
Yo, Corey, man, where can they find you at, man?
Yo, you can find me on CoreyRodrigues.com. That's Corey with an E, Rodriguez with an S. You can also find me on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter all the time. No, find me on Instagram at Corey Rods, CoreyRods, Corey Rods. And then also check out my new special on YouTube. It's called Untriggered. And I'd love if you would watch it. Very good special. We got up to 25K, almost at 26. Let's get it up to 50. Woo!
Guys, you heard him. Corey Rodrigues. You can follow me at Chase Abel, ChaseAbel on Instagram, www.chaseabel.com. And I appreciate that, Corey Rodrigues. Thank you very much. And we'll be back very soon with another episode. Thank you, guys.